Ambacher. Lori.
I'm just going to read two poems. The first is called Studying Hiroshima. I went to high school in an international school, and one of my best friends was Japanese. And I realized when we were studying history together that we were sort of studying World War II from opposite sides of the war. That year, the sunsets hung on the sky like blood diffused. I thought it was the end of the world. I was so young, a white flower wilting with sadness. Okay, I was naive. I wanted peace. I was in love with a blonde guy who planted flowers in the mouths of guns. On TV, people sang ballads of peace and brotherhood, make love, not war. I dreamed I'd open up to be a strong and singing woman with that kind of long, long hair. I thought it would be easy. The world would be brand new, lovely as a child and curling in first light to make a first cry. The earth would belong to us as children do, as a child is and is not ours, and we treat it with as much love. I've lived with too much faith. I want to say, I'll put my eyes into that death, and bombs will hesitate with vision stopped short before the beauty of the world's own children. I cried so much that year. I still dreamed of a place where there was no wasted blood, a place where things could live and breathe, a willow, a stream, or one long blade of grass. This poem is called Stone, and it's June 4th, 1989, Tiananmen Square. I should just say I'm not just cashing in on a political event. I grew up in Hong Kong, which is going back to China in about 9 years. And there's a little quote at the beginning from the Bible. Which of you, if his son asks for bread, will give him a stone? The sound of rain is a thin hand, and the wind is a young widow running through the trees. See, the rain paints the names of the dead in secret on the white scrolls of the new bamboo leaves and whispers, remember. Oh, the sound of rain is a fragile hand, too small and lovely to let go of in this darkness when I know I'll never sleep, when the world's full of sorrow. 1,000 small white stones I turn over one at a time and start to cry. The skin of your sweet American back, close enough to taste, but if I wake you, can I make you understand? Grief is kicking in the doors of every cell in my body, grief with bayonets and soldiers, and all my friends outside against a wall or on their knees. I hear one of them cry out, and already I'm making up stories, I'm telling lies, to make this grief go away. Don't make me lie awake all night just waiting. O lover, sleep for me. In your country, the air is not so thick with the voices of the dying, and sleep is a country where they still recognize the word mercy. But it's so far from here, I can't remember how to get there, and I don't speak the language. Brad, do you remember when we crossed the border the first time? We were on the train all night, and Mother kept telling us to close our eyes, but we wouldn't. And when morning finally shuttered off the night like a snake shedding skin, we saw the water buffaloes out in the fields and women up to their knees in black mud. Memories, blue and white porcelain. I'm going to break it. I'm going to smash it. I'm going to scream the names of all the soldiers who fired on their own countrymen. I'm going to learn how to forget. I've never been much good at sleeping. When I was a child, I used to get out of bed in the middle of the night and sit on the balcony in the darkness, count the lights on in other people's windows, pray to be a saint. If only I could hear an angel. If only I could bleed from the palms of my hands. If only I could be holy as silence and pure as fire. But there was one question I could never answer. If I saw them lining people up one at a time, shoot my friends, my husband, my daughter, if I saw blood and brains and pieces of skull splattered against a wall, if I saw them light the fire under me, felt the flames at the ends of my fingers, if I smelled my own flesh burning, wouldn't I go back on my word? Say anything or nothing, deny Christ, turn over any Jews hiding in my attic, sign on the dotted line, wave a red book, make my quota, go along with the crowd, even a crowd turned to pigs possessed by demons, rushing to the edge of a precipice. But in those days, how much I believed in the power of the Spirit. I thought you could just unzip your body and step out of it. And if you waited in a cave on the mountainside, God would come to you. I was a prophet. I was a chosen vessel. It was in my blood. I couldn't help it. When I spoke, water would gush from the rocks in the desert and the stones would turn into bread. These days, I'd settle for a little hope. Oh, China, the century's giving you nothing. You make it so easy for the young and fervent to rush into martyrdom, kill them quickly without asking for recantations, then hose the blood out of the courtyards, so clean the white stones glitter in the sunlight. In my heart, I'm always home and time's running out. I want to seep quietly through the ground with the honest rain, away from this slanderous air, this treacherous ground. Let me sleep tonight in the echoing caverns of darkness, where grief is slow, where water shapes stone into eloquence. Or else take me all the way to the center of this difficult earth, where memory is always white hot and silence burns without prevarication. O lover, my heart's a stone and my skin is burning. If I woke you, we'd set the world on fire.
That's Lori ambacher. The next reader will be Mary L. Schultz. This mic, by the way, does not move up and down, and if you want, you can take it out.